Today is 24th of March, market opened negative but managed to recover quickly and trade upwards, closing at its high up 35.3399 with increased volume. Now the strong move actually came especially after the announcement of the relaxations of the COVID-19 safety measure, and the aviations and hospitality related stocks move up very strongly. Market closed well above the support level of 3350. The next resistance level is at 3415. This was last visited in April 2019. Now usually after a strong move like this, we may expect a pullback, and if the pullback is shallow, we'd like to see eventually take out the resistance level at 3415. Now first, let's take a look at the 10-year US 10-year Treasury yields. We see very strong move, and this happened especially after the announcement by Federal Reserve on increasing the pace of interest rate hike to combat inflation, and this has fueled the yield curves to actually moved up, and it also positively impacts our local bank stocks. This is a Brent crude. Notice the increase in volatility. Now here we have very deep retracement, and the process tests the lower channel lines but managed to bounce off. Now this equally strong bounce more likely is likely to actually consolidate sideways with a couple more swings, so it's likely to be volatile, and anything can happen in Ukraine, and that will have impact on the Brent crude. So we need to actually to be more cautious trading oil related stocks. This is Nasdaq with the 40 weeks plotted. We see very strong move last week. This is a wide range bar followed by a spinning top. This is an indication of rest. Now this level appeared to be quite significant at about 14,500. Tested on several occasions. If you are not able to take it out, then it may actually move down, and of course this is a very critical support. If you notice, actually there was a retest, this is like a double bottom. So this is an area we also like to watch. Now the 40 week itself will offer some kind of resistance, so if it's not able to break, and it may well roll over. This is S&P 500, quite similar patterns but slightly stronger. It actually closed at the 40 weeks. So again, if you can take out the 40 weeks, then it may actually continue its upward trajectory. Otherwise, we may expect further retracement from here. Now this is UOB, very strong move, but if you look at the bigger pictures, basically there's really not trending. This is a V reversal, and after the strong move here, there's a pullback here. We like to take advantage of this momentum built in this move, eventually take out this high here, which is 32.62. Now obviously there will be an overhead resistance, so we need a very strong powerful move in order to take out this resistance level. UOB is perhaps the strongest of the three bank stocks. This is DBS. We have immediate resistance over here, and there is also this huge bar here which offers some resistance going forward. Today we see some upward move, but if we notice actually the volume is actually not very convincing, so the move itself need to be more guarded. Again, we'd like to observe, perhaps look for a setup here, take advantage of the momentum that's built up. OCBC is the weakest of the three banks, trading quite far away from its prior high, if you notice, and of course this gap here offer some form of resistance. So it's better to focus on the UOB and DPS. Now the oil related stocks, and some of them had actually suffered very deep retracements. It's probably difficult to trade them. There are still some which are actually holding well. This is Golden Energy. Of course, there are other catalysts that fuel the run. Today we see a pullback on slightly lower volume. This is a small deeper setup. Bar high here is a 625. Semco Industry is consolidating after the strong move. Pretty obvious. Notice actually the 13 SMA is actually slightly pointing slightly downwards. So if you can consolidate sideways, and that will be generally positive, and eventually look for a break on the upside, but it's not likely to be anytime soon. The better bet is actually Keppel Corp. Here we have a consolidation breakouts, and today managed to actually trade a bull bar, but the volume is actually not very high, so it's again more likely a pullback from here. The high volume area is actually at this, is at 643. All right, so today bar actually closed above that. That's generally positive. At this point in time here, we have a small deeper setup for break above this high at 660.